Hi everyone. Sorry for the delay. I have a kitty that came home from the vet today and I just wanted to check on her and then I realized time was not on my side. And I don't know what's going on. I did not mean to have you guys sitting in silence, but the background music and restream is not working today. So you'll just have to listen to me. For our community read, we are going to be using the This Might Hurt uh, Oracle. So the queue should be open. Luke, exclamation point, join. Why do people always mix that up? All right. Oh, I think I know why. I'll change that around. But so I'm gonna do a community read for us. See what kind of energies are around us. What is it we should focus on? And this is a brand new deck. I just opened it today, so bear with me. Thank you, Sil. Oh, we have water. Okay. Let me look this up. Hey, Empress, how are you doing today? Well, I like that this is our card. So water is there are a few cards in this deck that are just the elements, and this is one of them. So water is the collective unconscious. So that's really cool because this is our community read. It says I don't know if you know much about the collective unconscious, but this is like the hive mind kind of thought. So, this is the part of the mind that is inherited, it's shared by everyone, and does not arise from a person's individual experience. Um, in tarot, this is kind of like representative of the waters that you would see behind the high priestess or beneath the moon. So, uh, the this water deals with like a lot of emotions and relationships but not necessarily with you, so this is more so how you exist in the world of emotions and how you are navigating that in society. So it doesn't necessarily have to do with a specific situation that you're going through. It's just about how you are navigating through the collective conscious. So let's see. We have the crossed keys. I'm really liking this deck. So the cross keys are about unlocking mysteries. So this is about navigating through the world, navigating through the emotions of society. And then here with the cross keys, this is unlocking mysteries. So as you are navigating the world, as you are tapping into this collective emotion, this collective healing, what mysteries are you uh unlocking? Hi Violet. Hi everyone. Sorry, I know I'm running a little late, so I wanted to just get started with the community read, but hello everyone. Sorry for not saying that earlier. The cross keys is in correlation to the hierophant. So the hierophant is about sometimes about religion, but when I deal with the hierophant, I think of it more as mentorship. So, as you're navigating this might you start to unlock some mysteries. It could mean that you need to reach out to a mentor, or if you have someone who helps you with that, that could be like a therapist. That's kind of what it feels like it's describing. So maybe this season, we are kind of in Cancer season, aren't we? Yeah, Cancer season. Still, like totally knows all that. So maybe this is where you find someone that can help you tap into these emotions that you might not have fully unlocked and discovered about yourself yet. It's kind of like identifying your shadow self. Good time for shadow work, maybe. Oh, thank you, Violet. I was listening a little bit earlier. I didn't get a chance to chat, but I was listening to your live. Ooh, and then we have finishing off with the 12 star crown. This is the crown of the Empress. The so let me see here. This says time is a circle. So this is talking about all of the cycles that we're going through, all of the, ups and downs, everything like that. And I think that if you are going through this process of either shadow work or therapy or whatever that looks like, just know that the entire process is a cycle. So you're going to have your good days, your bad days, you're going to have your aha moments, and then there are going to be moments where you just is it really? Cancer season is about shadow work? I had no idea. Um, but one of the things to keep in mind too is this is the 12-star crown. This 12 stars kind of represent the 12 months in the year. So just know that this is not a cycle that you need to rush through. This is something that's going to take a lot of time. This is something you should sit with and let it build over time as well. Don't try to conquer everything all at once because that would be super overwhelming. Let's see what else. This brand new deck, like I said, so I'm kind of learning this deck with you guys. I did record my flip through, so you'll see that coming through soon. One of the things that pops up in the guidebook for this is about the predictability of things. So, even though we have this, so we have like two sides of this coin here, right? So, this card is about unlocking mysteries, and then this one is about understanding the things that are more or less predictable in our lives. And then I'm sure, like with the water and everything else, it's all about finding that balance between the two and not letting one take hold over the other. But yeah, I like that. Interest so I'm new to this. I generally like to use oracle cards with keywords in them for my live streams just cuz it makes it easier. But I actually really like that. That was really cool. I might try it more Lenormand style in the future once I get a better handle on that. So we have a few people in the queue. We have Luke, Empress, Libra Girl, and Chanel. Hopefully, I said your name right. So I'm gonna get the deck all warmed up. Restream changed things, or not Restream. Streamlabs changed things. All right. Go ahead, Luke, and add your question to the chat. I'm gonna get this deck all warmed up. Of course, I jammed the crap out of my finger at dodgeball this week, so I'm like gonna be shuffling like a lunatic. But it's okay, it is what it is. Let me move some stuff over. And not only is today all about that collective was water, we have a nice storm happening in the background. So today's theme is all about water. Okay. Your weekly universal message. And remember, guys, if you would like a more in-depth reading or multiple questions, you can use my Kofi link, or you can use the tip links in the description. Okay, so let's see what your message is, Luke. Ooh. Here we go. Still breaking up these cards. They were a little sticky. Sorry for the glare. I'm gonna try to move some. There we go. I know the super chat thing would definitely make it easier, but I will say YouTube takes a few fees out of that. So one more card. Okay. So Luke, I think that from your team, I think that for this week is, I'm guessing this is a reflection of the week behind and just what you can take away from it. If it's not quite that, feel free to just adjust the message. But we have in the center of your reading the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is really the high anxiety card. So this could be I think a lot of this is internal though, because you have the Ten of Swords and Nine of Swords. It's almost like I feel like your brain has just been on overload, maybe trying to overextend yourself, doing too many things at once. Um, th- the Nine of Swords really plays on the fact that you have been stressed, but then also playing on the fact that whatever anxieties and fears you have are just being exacerbated at the moment. And I think it has a lot to do with this Ten of Swords because you've been hopefully coming to the end of the cycle. So while this might have been a stressful time period, you're starting to see things come to a close, just not necessarily a happy close, happy with a little bow at the end kind of closure type thing. It's more of finally being able to put stressful times behind you, more of a relief kind of thing, especially with this death card. It's about transforming some bad times that you might have had, some anxieties. If you have been overly fearful or worried about something, putting all of that behind you, kind of building a new perspective on that and transforming how you are or letting that experience transform you so you can put a better step forward in the future. And I feel like your team is really hoping for that for you, especially putting the death card at the end. I think this is going to take a lot of work though. This being your major arcana, being at the end of your reading, I think this is something that you'll have to focus on in a lot more depth. It's not going to just be something that comes to you because that would be too easy. So, with the death card though, for anyone else listening, it's not terribly scary card. It's actually um it's kind of counter to this, right? So we have this not so happy ending of sorts. It's more so just like finally things are done and you can just start to put stuff behind you. There is this element of finally being able to heal from the things that have been weighing on you. And then over here, we have taking those endings, transforming it into something bigger and better, and starting fresh. Not fresh, actually, starting better. Might be a better word for it. Because the death card is about what's a good word for it? The death card is about so when I think of the death card, I always think of like butterflies, right? Changing and growing into something new. You still have that history behind you that you have learned from, but and that's always going to be with you, but you're able to put it towards better energy. You have better energy around it. So yeah, Luke, I would say that for this week your team is really hoping for this transformation that's happening, whatever that may be, bringing in something new, um, from the spoils of the old. I'm really liking this. I really like this death card and his little floating crown there. Super cool. And for anybody who has ever flown into the Denver airport, the white horse with the red eyes, very reminiscent of the statue outside of that airport. All right, guys. Also, I feel like was I here last week? No, I wasn't. I was away for summer solstice. So if you guys did anything fun for summer solstice, let me know. Okay, Empress Ari, you are up next. And I feel like I didn't say hi to everybody. So hi Luke, hi Sil. Um I do recall saying hi to Ari. Hi Libra girl. Chanel and Ren, welcome to the chat. So I'm still working on, you can see these like little things down here. I'm still working on figuring those out. I don't know what the star, oh wait. I don't know what the star versus the heart is supposed to be, but I'll figure it out. I know, Sil, I'm really digging this deck. And it's really funny because I definitely said I would not get this deck because it's so much like all the others. So I do talk about that in my flip through. You're welcome, Luke. Nice to meet you too, Libra. All right. L- let's see. Libra, go ahead, put your question in the chat. You guys doing anything fun for those of you in the States? Are you doing anything fun for the 4th of July? I might do a whole lot of nothing, but oh, hi Ari, there you are. Go ahead, put your question in chat. Oh wow, it's really coming down outside. I'll ask why isn't he texting you back? I don't really like to do third party readings or readings about someone who's else's business. Let's see, why isn't Drew texting you? Yeah, it's raining like super hard. Hopefully, we've been having really bad air quality. Hopefully, it washes all of that away. Okay, let's see. Why isn't he texting you back? What is going on? Page of Swords. Let's see what else we have. That Nine of Swords just came right back up in the same position. Okay, Six of Cups. So we have the Nine of Swords, Page of Swords, Nine of Swords, and the Six of Cups. And I don't think that this has anything to do with you. Drew is going through uh yeah, two swords cards. So I think Drew is going through just like a bad communication phase, and that has to do with like his own stuff. There's like some high anxiety thing that is really happening right now. And I think that right now he's having to just sort of maybe rely on himself and trying to reconnect with his inner child. I know a lot of times I think that it does allude to that. I like that. You must also be a tarot reader or you get a lot of readings done. But there is that idea that you guys with the Six of Cups have this long standing connection. You've known each other for a long time. But I think in regards to this, I think a lot of this is really internal. No, I don't think this is having to do with anything else. There's some stressful issue that's happening that's giving him this Nine of Swords moment. This is at the center of the reading, so this is really the heart of what is going on right now. I mentioned in the previous reading because it was in the same exact spot that this is the card of like anxiety, stresses, fears, worries. So these things are weighing on him. The Page of Swords is you know, I think there's like a worry too. So I kind of see these there's like a little disconnect that's happening here, but I see that with the Page of Swords, usually there's like this, desire to learn or find out something new or just knowledge in general. But there's just a disconnect happening. So there's this idea where like the page really wants to communicate, really wants to like build those connections, but it just can't happen. And then that is standing in between the Six of Cups. So there's a disconnect, and I don't think it has to do with you. I don't think it has to do with really anyone. It could just be a whole conglomeration of things, but a lot of the root cause really just boils down to like just mental anxiety. It could just be worn out, burnt out. A lot of things could really cause it, but I don't think that it really at the end of the day has to really have anything to do with anyone else other than Drew. Wow, eighth or ninth grade. Not necessarily. The 10 of cups or the 10 of cups could be really just any, it depends what cards are around it, really. Yeah, I would say, Empress, if you're hoping for like a deeper connection, I don't think Drew has the capacity to do that now, but if you guys are friends, then this is probably a good opportunity to just be there as a friend, cuz whatever is going on that's causing this 9 of swords moment is probably really stressful. Hi Jester, welcome to the queue. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live. But yeah, I hope you guys like, or I hope you guys can work through it and figure something out. Even just if you're as friends, just because it sucks to have a friend go through stuff like this. No, definitely shouldn't put all of your eggs in one basket. I mean, that's why people date, right? Like to kind of play the field a little bit. I'm not really big in angel numbers, but hopefully you got your message. What is 555? I'm gonna look it up. Hmm. Fives are changes. So changes are underway. It says, do not resist change. And you just need to remain open for the signs. For my 5-second Google search. You're welcome. All right, Chanel, you are up next. Hey, Black Widow, welcome. I know I was gone for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe. Um, oh, I'm sorry, Libra. You're next. Yes. Um, yeah, I was in Spain for like 2 weeks, and then the week before and the week after, I had family in town. So yeah, it's been 4 weeks. The Friday after, I probably could. I got back on Friday, and I probably could have, but I was so delirious. It was like we flew in, got in at like 2 or something, and then it was like 5. I ate, and I was just like, "Oh, I gotta go to sleep." Oh my gosh, Violet, Spain was amazing. It was like 3 or 4 days too long, though. It was exhausting as well, but it was super fun. I forgot how much I hate the heat, though. I was dying. Not a lot of places had AC, like shops and stuff, so everywhere was just, like, hot. But it was beautiful, so can I complain? The wine was amazing, the food not so much, but the views were awesome. Okay, let's see, Libra girl. Whoops. Let's see what the universe has for you. Come on. Getting used to shuffling a new deck. One more. Come on, last card. Here we go. Finally out of the swords realm. And we are into pentacles and more majors. Sorry, these are like, there we go. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Hanged Man. I think that, the universe is telling you that you have some really big things coming, maybe in terms of either finances or just the physical life. This could be anything that affects your finances as well. It could be school, work, your home life. It could be buying a new house. Um, something new is coming in, but it's a little vague right now. So I don't think it's fully realized, especially with the hermit and the hanged man. So if you've been working on something like that, something financially, just know that it's kind of like this the first stone has been placed, but you still have a bit of a journey to go down. So in the center of the reading, we have the hermit. The hermit card is thank you, Violet. The hermit card is I love the hermit, by the way. In our last live stream, all three of us chose the hermit as one of the three favorite majors. This is looking within for answers. So I feel like the universe is telling you if you're looking to the universe or to spirit or to someone else for answers, you need to stop and you need to look within. The hermit is about introspection, taking that moment to be a little still, to reflect on what it is you want, your goals, and really come to this full realized idea. This isn't something that happens overnight. Pentacles is also something that's like slow moving energy. This is something that could take a while, but it doesn't have to. The entire process will take a while, but you can still piecemeal it, do little bits at a time and grow from there. That's kind of where the hanged man comes into play, in my opinion. Violet, thank you. If you do want a question, feel free to add it to the chat. So the hanged man is about swapping some perspective here. So if you've had this goal, you've had this idea that you've been wanting to do, you have almost like this like life path concept for yourself, that might have to change. And this is going to be based off of how you have really reflected on those goals and those ambitions. So the hangman is about needing to make some sacrifices, and usually those sacrifices are whatever ideals you had originally, just realizing you have to change that up in order to keep progressing forward. This is the last card here, so this is going to be like that final roadblock before you can keep moving down this path, because like I said, Pentacles is really slow energy. It's really rooted and grounded, which is really good, but there's no progression. The Hermit is also a very still card. So the Hangman is like that roadblock that's happening that will open you up if you are allow yourself the chance to. It will open yourself up to having that movement. You just have to take that time, take that period of stillness, and and what I really like too, if you look at all of these cards, you kind of see this halo, this light that is throughout all three cards. It's almost like that light bulb going off. So you have to find your light bulb moment, whatever that has to do with. I think that it must have to do with, like I said, the physical world. It could also be your health. It's hard to tell without complementary minors, just for me. When a pentacle is by itself like that, so it could be your health, but a lot of times I like to default on more of the physical aspects of the world, like I mentioned before. So I guess, as I'm talking, as I'm describing all of these things and describing what the universe is giving me, I'm sure something popped in your head and you realize like you need to reflect a little bit more on that. That might be a good starting point. Because sometimes, I don't claim at all to be a mind reader. I don't think that's a thing. So, as I describe situations, I usually hope that things are popping up in your mind and there are those like little light bulb moments. Oh, thank you, Violet. You're so sweet. Guys, make sure you follow Violet Hummingbird. She does live readings as well, and she's so sweet. She has like the most calming voice, by the way. Um, She does live streams on YouTube. I don't know if you do Twitch, right? And she also has a Discord. Okay. Let me scroll back up. I missed. I know Channing put. Okay, there we go. Channing. Just let me know you are still in the chat. Yeah, I moved over from Twitch as well. I realized that I don't want to spread myself so thin and I'd rather just focus on YouTube as much as Twitch is fine. It is the live stream mecca, so to speak, but um yeah, I'd rather just focus on YouTube. Okay, so you've been in no contact with Martin. Let's see what is going on between you. I used to, yeah, back in the day. It's been a few months now, actually, since I have. Yeah, I don't. Well, I noticed we don't stream at the same times as each other. You stream much more frequently than me, but we don't cross paths. I noticed the closest we ever got was I think I finished up a stream and you started like an hour later. Libra, you're welcome. Good luck. Thanks for joining. Feel free to hang out and chat with us. Karma, welcome. You can use, I don't have my, I changed up my thing, but you can use exclamation point join to join the queue if you would like to. Let me see if. Yeah, I'm going to put this in for you guys so you guys can see it. I like that you're so fluid with it though, Violet. I'm so like I have my time and I'm sticking to it and you guys can pry that time out of my cold dead hands. All right, channel, let's see what is going on between you and Martin. Let's see what's going on. Okay. I feel like Martin is just trying to live their best life. You have the King of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and then the Three of Cups. So, Jester, the next thing I can never get it to work, not on YouTube. YouTube's very weird with um stream bots for some reason. So I'm working on channel right now, and then I have Ren on deck, and then you will be after them, Black Widow, and then Kali. Well, you have a kiddo, Violet, so I mean, it makes sense. You got to do it when you can get time, you can get time. So, I feel like here with the King of Wands, I feel like the King of Wands is representing Martin, and what notably what is missing is any representation of you, in my opinion, channel. So we have the King of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and then the Three of Cups. Um, the King of Wands is sort of like this really friendly and creative type person who is usually a little more mature in their field of just life, I guess to say. They also tend to have like a little bit of a leader role or have that sort of type A type personality that gives way to leadership. People like to listen to what they have to say and stuff like that. So I feel like this person is really in their like king phase and focusing on family and focusing on friends. There doesn't seem to be, so with the Three of Cups here, this is the only cup representation in this reading. It's a small reading, granted, but the 3 of Cups is not about this is to me like platonic love, where you're talking about your relationship with your friends and the people that are close to you, but this isn't talking about romance. It's not like that kind of aspect. So it feels like they are in this phase of life where they are tapping into that king vibe, that fiery energy of the wands, being creative, putting their best foot forward in terms of whatever it is that they're currently passionate about and they're focusing on. And that seems to be focusing on family here with this 10 of Pentacles. I think that's probably taking precedence right now. Um, and because the 10 of Pentacles is really, I consider it to be one of the peak family cards, but this is also with tens is finding this moment of completion, and with the pentacles also finding this moment of stillness and groundedness. And then on the other side we have the 3 of Cups, where just enjoying time with friends. I don't think that there is really anything right now that is going on between you guys. If you guys are no contact, it seems like this person, Martin, is quite okay with that, and there's nothing here, there's no indication that there's a desire for that to change anytime soon. So another thing that I like to point out is Pentacles is very rooted and grounded. This is at the center of the reading, so a lot of things are being focused around that. So not much is going to change, you know. um Yeah. So I'm sure that's not exactly what you wanted to hear, but I mean they are happy, and maybe, you should find your 3 of Cups, your friend group and your family unit, and focus on them as well. Thank you, Ren, for supporting my buddies as well. Tammy, you can use exclamation point join to enter the queue. You can use this. So anybody that would like to join, you can use that. Exclamation point join. You're welcome, Chanel. Okay, Ren. I feel like you put your question in, but admittedly, I don't want to scroll up. So if you could put your question in the chat for me, that would be awesome. There you go, Tammy. You got it. Oh, Black Widow. I'm so sorry. I know I had to uninstall some apps when I went to Spain. Did I miss your Cash App? I know you generally Cash App me. And if so, I'm so sorry. Where is my Wi-Fi? Yeah, certainly. I might have to get Black Widow first. Sorry, guys. You can tell I'm discombobulated after not being here for however many weeks. Let's see. And it's so annoying that like I have you guys sitting here in silence. Maybe I should have put something on my phone to listen to, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. Yeah, I saw her question. I'm realizing that I didn't have Cash App on my phone, and she usually Cash Apps me. So So Black Widow, if you're in the chat still, just let me know and I will get you ASAP. So I'm super sorry. All right. While we wait, I'm going to go ahead and do a general guidance for Ren. Okay, no, I didn't miss anything. Cool. I just realized like I felt bad. Okay. General guidance, Ren. Oops. These cards are so slippery. I love the color scheme of the wands. Oh, you have all wands. Luna, you okay? My cat is super zooted right now. She came back from the vet and all doped up. So just checking on her. All right. You have all wands here, love. So this general guidance is all about tapping into that creativity and whatever passions you have right now. Excuse me. You have the 10 of wands, 6 of wands, and 2 of wands. It seems like you're working back. Not backwards, but working back. Um it's like you kind of ended this cycle. The 10 of wands, you have ended a period that was probably a little burdensome. So whatever things that you were working on before, probably more so to do with what still feeling like that creativity, still feeling those um that spark of energy, but it was a lot. And completing that probably felt good because it was like a weight off your shoulders. So, knowing that you're putting this energy behind you, you're still kind of holding on to a little bit of it. You still kind of have that burden that's happening. Maybe feeling like that the remnants of obligations from previous things. Just know, with the 6 of wands, that the 6 of wands is really successful card. This is about like standing out in a victorious manner. Um Whatever hard work that you have been putting in is really gonna start to one, make you stand out. Two, um, ignore Nightbot. I don't know. I did not know that Nightbot was active. Sorry, Ren. Um, but I lost my train of thought. But so you, oh, the hard work is paying off. So you're starting to stand out, and then that hard work is starting to lead towards achievements and goals and whatever aspirations that you had set. And I really like how, you see both of these cards here pointing forward, and then this two of wands is kind of looking back a little bit. Take that as Nightbot did not like those emojis. Take that as reflecting back on this journey that's going on right now, and in order to make even more plans for the future. So you're enjoying this moment of success, enjoying whatever achievements that have been going on. Um, Letting that soak in, kind of letting it empower you to kind of look back on it, look back at the successes, and continue to make plans to go even further. So this feels like a jumping off point to me, where you might have had a lot of hard work that you really had to put in, but it's finally feeling worth it. And you can finally see, I kind of, I'll bring this forward a little bit. It's like she's kind of watching the sunset to me, so it's like seeing the light on the horizon where you can finally sit back, relax a little bit more, bask in the warmth of your successes and your achievements and just enjoy it for a moment. So wands are very active. There's a lot of movement, there's a lot of change, there's a lot of energy that's going on here. The tens are like ending the cycle. The six here is standing out and pushing forward. But then we have the two, which starts to bring that stillness back just a little bit. You know, that fire energy outweighs the balance of the twos, but you still have that moment where you can kind of sit and breathe and just decide for yourself what you want the future to look like. Twos are about duality and choices. So, what choices do you want to make going forward? You have them now. If you didn't before, you definitely have some options ahead of you. And I think just in general, you have some things that are available to you now that weren't before, and you have the chance to shape it how you see fit. Yeah, it is really nice. These cards are really, really warm. I'm really digging this deck. You have a wonderful night, and I can't wait for your next stream as well, Violet. All right, Jester, you are up. So I have in the queue, Jester is up now, followed by Black Widow, Kali, and then Tammy. You're so welcome. Thank you for joining. Oh, if you guys are enjoying this, make sure you like the video. It helps with the algorithm. Let's see what's going on this July for you, Jester. July reading for Jester. Okay, you have a little bit of everything going on. You have the Eight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and then the Nine of Wands. So I think overall, I'll start in the middle with the Queen because I like to do that sometimes. The middle's like the heart of the reading, the true theme of it. So with the Queen of Pentacles, I think that, one of the things for July that you should focus on is finding that security. Pentacles is very much a still and that earth energy that you get, that stillness, that groundedness. Find that stability. I think July is really going to mm, excuse me, is really going to challenge that because here you have the 8 of cups. This is about being able to let go, leave certain things behind, emotionally leave things behind, and just deciding there's this conscious effort where you decide that you need to move on and put these things that are no longer serving you behind you. In doing that, that can really cause a lot of instability in one's life. So, while you're going through this process, you need to find these moments where you can recenter yourself, regather yourself, whatever that looks like for you. On the other side, we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is really about persevering. Um, it's like that idea where you completed something not because of, but instead of, that's not quite the phrase, but hopefully you know what I mean. It's like you're persevering through these times. You're not living them, you're not enjoying them. You're just getting through them in order to get to the end. So I feel like July overall is going to be a little bit of a hard month. Pentacles in the center, but we have cups and wands. This is water and fire. These are in conflict with each other. They kind of mute each other out, suppress each other. So I think there's going to be a bit of a tug of war that's happening between what it is you want emotionally versus what it is you can do creatively, what it is you're actually passionate about, and they're going to be in conflict with each other. So I think that's why this queen is here to remind you. Find those moments where you can reconnect with yourself. The queen is also really nurturing. Yeah. And you definitely don't want to be in a point where you're just living and you're just surviving. You're not living. And this queen is the opposite of that. It's the antithesis of that concept where she's surrounded by nature, things that are alive and blooming and growing. And that's what you should look for yourself in July. So while these things might be happening, try to find that maybe just a space. It could be a habit that you do that just grounds you, where you feel like you can go to just relax from the world, that kind of thing. It can be something small. So, yeah, I think for July, that's probably the biggest takeaway. Focus on being able to nurture yourself, being able to reconnect with earth, and, um, you know, be careful about letting these things throw you out of balance. Thank you, Sil, for the list. Okay, guys, I'm going to close the queue. Everybody who's in it is in it. So don't freak out. Yeah, so good luck with your July. I don't think it's like, the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely, I'm sure, going to be a little exhausting. You're very welcome. Thank you for being patient. All right, Black Widow, if you are still here, can you re-put your question in the chat for me? And again, if you guys are enjoying this, make sure you like the video. What do you guys think of the deck? The This Might Hurt deck. I'm liking it so far. I wonder what else I could pair with it. I'm looking at other stuff that I have. Let me see. I feel like the Signs of Our Times might look good with it. Oops. Oh no, I mixed up my cards. Let me see while we wait. I think those kind of go really well together. Yeah. I like it. Okay. Might have to. I feel like Signs of Our Times is like, oh, yeah. I mean, that one definitely goes with it because it was meant to. All right. Kali, you are up next. Go ahead, put your question in the chat. Yeah, this one, I mean, it definitely goes together in the sense that it's like meant to, but they're still aesthetically way different from each other. I like the size of the cards. Alrighty. Let's see. Mind, body, spirit reading. Let's see what we have for the mind. Oops. What do we have for the body? Card for the body. Oh, look who is back. And spirit. So for mind, we have the Chariot. Body, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And then spirit, we have the Knight of Swords. Why are you saying um sorry, that's just, it tickles me a little bit. So for the mind, The chariot is um about continuously moving forward. So I think this is saying like for your mind. Oh yeah, Luke, you're right. I should try that too. Oh, I don't see them at all. Can you block them still? Are you a mod? Did I make you a mod? I'm sorry, guys. Pause real quick. I wonder if they no, they can't have me blocked because then they wouldn't be able to see my channel. Um, okay. Yeah. Thank you. I don't know why it won't let me like block them. Sorry, guys. Freaking. Oh, shoot. All right. Sorry, guys, about that. I'll figure out a way to block that idiot. Yeah, I only have timeout as well. I'll have to go to like my actual like blocked or something. I don't know why it's that hard. Okay, I'll figure it out later. So sorry, guys. Um, all right. So if you're getting a lot of major arcana, I feel like you're just in a point where you are okay. I was able to block them on Restream and it on YouTube. So we'll see if that works. Um if you're getting a lot of major arcana, then that means you're kind of in this period where you have a lot of major things that are happening that are going to stick with you, or you have major life lessons, something like that. So as I was saying, with mind, you have the chariot. This is about progression and moving forward. So I think that when you think uh, Kushi, yeah, I'm gonna try. When I went in, it didn't give me that option. It only told me I could hide them. So I'm gonna figure it out after the stream. I did block them uh on Restream though. So hopefully that helps a little bit. You so I think you have a lot of things on your mind. I think that, mentally you're not going to let things stand in your way. You kind of have this mindset where you're going to go forward at all costs and you're going to push forward no matter what. And while that can be good, you have to be a little careful because there needs to be some thought put into that. And I think that's where this Knight of Swords kind of comes into play with spirit. This kind of comes back as a reminder later, but we'll get into that. So with the Queen of Pentacles, again, she is showing up. The For body, this is where I feel like it's saying be generous with yourself, be gracious with yourself, mostly physically. So if you are trying to make changes that are affecting your health, just just know you have the tools to do it, but be gracious with the progress that you're making. Um, the queen is someone who is nurturing but understands that things take time. The Queen of Pentacles will sit with something for a while and, you know, watch it change over time. If you notice, she's surrounded by all of these plants, and, those don't grow overnight. So what is it about you? What is it about, when it comes to your body that you are maybe not giving yourself enough grace for, that you probably should give yourself some more grace for? That's the main main takeaway, I would say, rather, for the Queen of Pentacles here. I would say also too with the Queen of Pentacles, what do you need physically to bring yourself security? The Chariot and the Knight kind of counter to that concept because of the amount of sheer movement. So, where can you really just find and bring stability into your life, into this physical world around you? So, just something to keep in mind as you just in general. Then we have the Knight of Swords for spirit. I see this as like I mentioned earlier that I see this as sort of like a warning about this chariot again, but just remember that the knights are the Knight of Swords is the balance between that fiery energy of the knight pushing forward to their goals, their passions, and all of that, and the air energy of the swords. And that can be very combustive. It can be fueling or it can be combustive. So this is where this energy of the chariot comes in. Be careful about moving forward at all costs. The Knight of Swords has the capability of being really thoughtful and deciding how they want their goals to look. And they are good at making decisions. They're good at setting those ambitions, finding successes, but sometimes they can be a little over ambitious. They can be kind of putting too much on your plate. So I say, as a whole, be careful about overfilling your plate. So, because you have these two things here on the outside that is go, 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 go. And then in the center, this is your body, right? This is where your body's saying, nope, sit still, relax, sit with things for a little bit. Um, Let things kind of take root and grow slowly from there. So you need to find that balance between these three things here where you're still progressing forward, you're not completely stagnant, but you have some groundedness, something to fall back on. You have a good foundation of things uh, in the future. Okay. So sorry guys. That was super annoying, that person. And I don't know why I don't know why I can't block them. Oh, there's multiple people. It's not the same person, that's why. Well, that's BS. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm back at it. Okay, Tammy, go ahead, put your question in the chat. Karma, thank you for being patient. And Sil, thank you, my awesome mod. If you would like a reading, let me know. You definitely deserved it today. And Kushi, I will be finishing up with you unless Sil would like a reading. I'll close out with her. Um, excuse me. Tammy, that's okay. General readings are fine. It gives you an idea. So I'll explain it a little bit before I go into it. General readings usually hit on like the surface level of a topic, or it could hit on pieces of multiple topics. And usually what I recommend is, if you're kind of in this zone where you want a tarot reading but you're not sure what to ask, you can ask for a general one, and then it will give you a better idea of what to dive deeper into. So hopefully that's what we get today. And what you can do is sit with the reading, and I will be live next week, so you can always ask for a little bit more detail, or if you reflected on it and you would. Oh, the Chariot is back. Okay. We have the Chariot, the Three of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So, overall, your theme, I think, is going to be, you're so welcome. I think your theme is going to be a little bit opposite of the reading that we just had, where your goal is to start to allow movement into your life, start to push forward on things. If you have been in sometimes what I call analysis paralysis, or like perpetual planning, where you're always in this planning phase, but you're never taking action to do anything. So you set a lot of goals, but instead of accomplishing those goals, you just set new goals. You're like in a goal cycle. And the Chariot is like that card that's saying no, just push forward, start to do stuff, get some movement into your life. um the Chariot is also the sign of like, I'm sorry, I decided to look it up. So the Chariot is, even though there's a lot of RNGs in this deck, we're in Cancer season, and the Chariot, I think, is associated with Cancer. That's what I was just looking up now. I'm not good with the astrology side of things, but I feel like this is saying this is the season to start making these changes. So start to make some forward progression, and then you can start to make forward progression in these two aspects. So, I feel like maybe you're not one to, mm, you're more of a, I want to plan things out to the T before I take any action, but maybe work on some stuff with people. If you are into like collaborations, or, working together, team building, that kind of thing, I think maybe this is the time to do that. Invite people into your plans, let them work with you. They don't have to have a huge role in it, but it could just be a small role, and having these outside influences can help push you forward. Excuse me. But also, this is the season to develop some skills, or refine some skills rather. I think it's more of a refinement that's happening. And and you start to see, try to get to the point where you can start to see the actual big picture. You can start to see things coming together. Basically, the puzzle pieces are fitting together. And then the Knight of Pentacles, he's my favorite knight. I really like him. He's the knight of both passion, that fiery energy from the knights, but then stability. You get that earth energy from the pentacles. This knight likes to plan things out, but still has that creativity, that drive that propels him forward. So he's still, you can see he's nice and slow. He kind of has his foot on the ground, but can still move forward a little bit. Um, this knight takes those plans, takes all of that skill, and uses it for whatever goal that he or she has set. I really do just enjoy this night a lot. This is the night of diligence and progress. So you have two cards that are about progress. This is about like really quick actionable things, and this one is more slow and steady wins the race. So you're trying to find that balance, that those moments where you can just kind of be a little carefree and just go for it. And then those other periods where you need to plan things out, kind of go back to how you were before, slightly how you were before, where you slow down and take those steps that you need to actually get to your goal. And all whilst in the middle of this, you are working together with people. This could be coworkers, friends, if you're a streamer or something like that. It could be a collaboration group, it could be something like that. So find a crew that you can do these things with. And I know you said you're new to reading. So one of the other things I like to explain is that as I'm talking, a lot of things will pop up in your mind. I always say I'm not a mind reader. I just read what I see in the cards. And traditionally in person, this would be a back and forth conversation where I would say stuff, explain what I'm seeing, and then people will add on to it, and then we can dive deeper. That's kind of how it works. Just a quick, like 5,000 level explanation of that. So hopefully this just kind of gives you some places to start off with, and then you can dive a little deeper. You can always dive deeper into like what portions of my life do I need to be more um forward thinking in, or where do I need to slow down, make some more plans for the future? Where should I invite people to collaborate or work together or something like that? So there are different things that you can ask based off of this reading, and hopefully that helps give you an idea going forward. Alrighty, Kushi, you are last but certainly not least. And I hope that helps, Tammy. You're very welcome. I'm glad that helped. Lena, you okay? You doing okay? Yeah, you giving me the butt? Yeah. Okay, you can lay back down. There you go. She's still so loopy, guys. Oh, another July month reading. Nice. Okay. Let's see what July has for you. Okay, let's see what else we have. Oh man. This is how I know I'm getting to the end of the night. I'm getting like butterfingers. All right, last card here. Let's see, last card. Ugh, finishing strong with the Queen of Pentacles. So you guys can hear me shuffling. Okay. You have the Moon, the King of Pentacles, and then the Queen of Pentacles. So let me switch this. So I think overall, your main theme with July, I would say, is intuition and maybe a little bit of mystery. But then you have these logical things that are going on over here. So with the moon card is about like kind of understanding the illusions of life around you. The moon is sort of like it shines a light on things, but not completely. So you may not be getting the full picture of how things are. I also think that is an allegory to this reading as well, where you're going to be getting a portion of things, but July is going to be so much more than what I'm presenting to you in these cards. And maybe you're supposed to just discover those pieces as you go along. The thing is with the King and Queen of Pentacles, I think that it's just a reminder that you still have July will probably be a month of finding uh or finding security or maintaining security. That finding that stability and that just that earth energy, that rootedness. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of action in July. It might feel a little boring, um, but at the end of the month, you might reflect back and start to realize that there were small things that you did discover throughout the month that you might not have realized that will paint a bigger picture once you have all the pieces. The pentacles are very patient. So this is, I think, saying that you're not going to get a lot of um you're not going to get a lot of movement overall in July. So I guess I'll start with the king here. I'll just go in order. The king of pentacles, kings are they are the leaders of the tarot. So in this aspect, the king is the leader of the physical world. So there's this maturity between both the king and the queen in regards to your physical assets. So money, health, home life, that kind of stuff, the physical things in the world. I think in July, you'll have like a really good handle on things. So if things are in June or a little like, it's not horrible, but it's not like the best. I think you'll probably find some comfort in that regard. The king also, I don't know if I mentioned it now or if I mentioned it in a previous reading. The kings are they embody that air energy of the swords, sort of. So you have this balance that you get with the earth energy from the pentacles, and then you have this cerebral side of things. There's this wisdom that happens within the kings. So in July, I think you'll find that you will become a little bit more wise to your financial situation. I feel weird like defaulting to finances, but just in general, I tend to by mistake. Um, but I think still you will find that wisdom. You'll be able to kind of just have that confidence in regard to that, and there's this air of power. On the other side, so these are more or less two faces of the same coin to me right now in regard to this reading. So while you're doing that, you're going to find ways in July to better nurture yourself. So find that nurturing side as well as um more of the like leader side, and you'll have all of that painting that picture for you in July. The queens are they are also a symbol of abundance. So while I was saying you kind of become more wise to the situation, you also kind of tap into some abundance. So if you are hoping for this, can manifest in a few different ways. I'll just give you examples. I'm not saying this is what's happening, but this could be a new job. This could be a better apartment or home, or buying a home. This could be sorry, that's my alarm. This could be, making improvements on your health. It could manifest in a lot of different ways. And as I mentioned in the previous reading, this is kind of like a general reading for July. You can always dive a little deeper as July is progressing to see how things are going and check back in. But overall, I would say that with this Queen of Pentacles or the King and Queen of Pentacles, you have overall this like confidence and maturity that is rooted in the physical realm for you in July. And I think that overall in the month you'll start to kind of just notice these little things that are being put together that will um more or less come to light in the end of the month. So yeah, it doesn't seem like a very exciting month, but it doesn't seem dull either. It seems like a nice easygoing month, honestly, in regards to how things could be. So thank you, Kushi, for being patient there. And thank you for your help in dealing with that spammer. All right, that is everyone. Let me know, guys, if you how you enjoyed the this might hurt tarot. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Please just ignore Nightbot. In fact, I'll turn that off. Sorry. Yay, thank you. All right, guys. Well, I am gonna relax. I'm gonna check on my kitty. She's doing okay, I think. I just would make sure she doesn't need any pain meds or anything. Um, and you guys have a great weekend. If you're in the States, have a great 4th of July and you guys be safe. I will see you guys on the flip side. And don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys next week. All right. Bye.